Look at somebody and say, I'm choosing. That's what you're choosing over every day. Are you going to enjoy life? I remember, now I have walked with the Lord since, I started when I was 11. Since I was 18, I've walked with Him. I've abased. I've abounded. In the midst of it, I have recognized the war. And yet, one thing I can honestly say to each one of you and all of you witnesses out there that are listening, every day I have chosen to keep walking. And it's been lots of stuff to walk through. Lots of stuff. But some way or another, I know if I choose, He activates me by His Spirit. Through my blood, all of a sudden His Spirit does something to come alive so I can take the next step. Now, the next step might be another war, but at least I took the next step. And so, Penny Jackson and Pam and I sometimes will visit early. We'll do a Bible study. And one morning, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about their struggle that they were having in their war against diabetes, both of them. Now, reality is you're going to have to war against disease. So don't pretend it's not there. You're going to have to know that hell wants to inflict and weaken you. That's what the word infirmity means. That hell will weaken you in a way that you can't stand firm. That's what it means. That there will be some weakness inflicted on you that stops you from walking forward by His Spirit and completing your path. That's why I admire Doris, in mid-90s almost right now. Listen, when she couldn't keep walking on her feet, she got a scooter that could go faster. Now, that's what it looks like. You have the ability to find a way to get where you need to get to. So, Penny said these words, and all of a sudden, you know what happens when all of a sudden just somebody will say something and you're caught up into the heavens? It just throws you up into a realm. She said, diabetes is killjoy. And all of a sudden, God caught me up and showed me that demon, killjoy. Everybody say killjoy. It wasn't a word. It wasn't a mass of words. It was a demon force being that I saw how it was formed. I saw its language. I saw how it operated. And I said, we're going to war with killjoy. Now say killjoy. She didn't say diabetes robs my joy. That's different. She said diabetes is killjoy. Now let me define, go ahead, Brian, killjoy to you. Look at somebody and say, we're going to defeat this killjoy demon.
I got to say it. Is there people of joy in the house?
Now, it's a person. Now, this is the definition of it's a noun. It's not a verb. It's a noun. It's a person of any invited being or inhabited being. That includes spiritual forces that attempts to rob a person from enjoying a moment. Have you ever known a killjoy in your life? It wouldn't matter if all of a sudden gold was pouring down on you from heaven. They would say something to try to stop the pour. But God showed me this structured being. And he showed me how he would walk up to people, how he would find the moment to inflict them, what he would say to. He saw me, I saw him. And you know, once you see something, it belongs to you. Now, I'm telling you, it's going to get hotter this summer. It's going to get hotter this week. But you're going to get hotter in a way that when killjoy speaks to you, you're going to have the right word to speak back. And you're going to choose to look at killjoy. You're going to treat killjoy as the person or being that it really is. You're going to quit thinking everything is natural. Now, you're going to quit thinking that you are living in a natural world. One book I was reading this week said every world is supernatural. The people of that world just get used to it. We get familiar with it. Therefore, we don't see the supernatural realm and dimension that really makes up the movement of the world. You're going to see this thing as a demon entity that knows how and when to touch you. Killjoy. Just clap your hands right now and say, Killjoy. Now, to defeat killjoy, he came to kill, steal, and destroy. What you were meant to enjoy. So you're going to have to know what joy is. Now, let's look at joy. Joy, when I said there's this kingdom pressure coming on the church for the latter days. See, joy is the mark or sign of the believers individually, and when we gather corporately, it's what we have to exhibit. Wouldn't you hate to gather with people and there not be any celebration or expression? Now, joy is an outward expression. Everybody say expression. It has an excitement about it that all of a sudden, some way, the Spirit of God has shown you something so down deep in you that your blood shifted. And the fullness of God within you all of a sudden started moving. And the depression, see, these are called killjoy robbers. The depression that was trying to hold your spirit intact, something moved in you to move the depression. And then something moved in you to cause the oppression, which is outward. The heat can be oppressive. That causes the outward pressure you were receiving to have to divide. But it has to start in your blood. Diabetes is killjoy. That says in her blood, in Pam's blood, the Spirit of God has an ability to activate the Godhead in such a way that it can force killjoy out of their bodies. But it's hard. It's daily. It's hourly. Lust, gluttony. Fear is the worst killjoy. You'd be surprised how killjoy will hold hands with fear and they will come and talk to you. And tell you the plan that hell has for you. And they can talk in such a way that make you think that it's logical, intelligent, and worth you believing. Joy isn't just some expression of excitement. Joy is a fruit. It's not an emotion. That's where people get confused. There is a rejoicing that causes your emotions to express and produce fruit. Because, see, joy is going to have a manifestation. You can't produce it. Because the fruit of the Spirit is love, then joy. So there you are, back to that love factor. If you can't find that embracing of God in you so that His love moves through you towards something, killjoy is going to find you. And killjoy is going to start speaking to you. And before long, once a demon entity starts speaking to you, it builds up a thought process in your brain and impregnates it with unbelief, so you think it's real. That's how demons operate. They're going to impregnate your strongholds. They're going to make them look very intelligent. They're going to make you sound really religious. All the time, they're building up a structure so you can have the blessings God meant you to have to enjoy life. Look at somebody and say, I'm going to get past that. I'm going to stop this voice and I'm going to get those blessings. Now, joy is a well that is primed by a person. Now, this has to become real to you today. These are entities. Killjoy is a supernatural person that is spiritually empowered to find you. Holy Spirit is a person, not some floating cloud out here. It's He is the third person of the Godhead that chose to live inside of you. And it's that person that's going to start pumping that well down in you called joy. Now put your hand here and say, I know the well's there somewhere. And if you let Holy Spirit pump you enough, all of a sudden it starts bubbling. And you said, there's some water down there I didn't even know I had. It's hot outside, but I feel water bubbling up. And all of a sudden, that well called joy starts manifesting through Shania. And everybody around her, including Killjoy, backs up. Killjoy has to leave her atmosphere. And then all of a sudden, Lisa says, I got to have a drink of that. Now think about what happened at Pentecost. They were drunk. They were all drinking from this well called Holy, that Holy Spirit was pumping up. And let me tell you something. Killjoy has an army that has all of this debris that they want to throw in your well. But if you keep pumping, look at somebody and say, you got to keep pumping it, baby. If you keep pumping it, all of a sudden, that limb that flew into your well is going to just float on out. Your well is not going to get blocked. The heat ain't going to dry it up. The disease is not going to overtake it. Because you're going to keep telling the Holy Spirit, pop on. Listen to me, all of you out there on the well. There's a bunch of you that's quit allowing Holy Spirit to pump. Because you think you know more about your well than God knows about your well. And God sent Holy Spirit to you to cause your well to pump. Because Shania needs to give Lisa a drink this week because Killjoy is set against her. And Shania's going to go over there and say, we going to pump him all the way out of your house.
Shout defeat killjoy! Defeat killjoy! Woo!
Does that mean there's no sufferings and sorrow? Well, of course not. Do you know what God says? In the midst of your sufferings and sorrow, you're going to manifest and allow Holy Spirit to pump your joy well, so eventually people are going to drink out of your sufferings and your sorrows. But they're not going to drink your grief, they're going to drink your joy. I can grieve with you, but I don't want to drink it. I've had to drink my bitter grief by myself. Then you're going to say this month, now, if Holy Spirit, if you'll pump, joy will come up, and as I make a choice to worship. Now look at somebody, you're going to have to choose to worship. Because hell does not want, that giant that was in that promised land says, now how you going to worship in front of me? And you're going to say, let me take a step back. I'm going to look at you while he pumps. And while Holy Spirit's pumping, I'm going to get a good deep drink. And then you're going to say, oh, wait a minute, in my well that's coming up, there's a stone about to take you out.
Say, pump, Holy Spirit! Pump, Holy Spirit!
It doesn't bother God when you step back and wait for the pump to kick in. Some of you want to go headlong against some demon or some enemy before God has Holy Spirit pumping inside of you. Now there's another manifestation of joy. Every time you help build his house, joy gets louder in you. They couldn't, when they came back to rebuild the temple, the glory of the latter house was going to be greater than the glory of the former. They couldn't distinguish the shouts of joy from the weeping of the lost because it all became one. And in this kingdom war of the worlds right now, you're going to just have to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And if you do that and it finds joy, you'll find joy. Doesn't matter whether you like something or not. You learn to manifest the word through you. And then something else is going to happen in you. You're going to break the reproach off of you of the last war you lost. Now I'm telling you, you're going to break the reproach of the last war that you lost off of you. Run, honey. Run. Let me tell you, Killjoy, you get in front of her, you're going down. See, anytime you lose a war, a reproach comes on you. It started on America during the Korean War. got worse during the Vietnam War and has continued on, and until the kingdom people of God rise up and manifest joy throughout this entire nation, all of that reproach that has rested on this nation won't lift off your nation either. Because we are people above all people. And we're a people with a Holy Spirit pump. Let's stand up. You need to tell somebody there's going to be some pumping going on this week. My well is going to be flowing. Look at somebody next to you and say, I'll help you with kill joy, because I'm gonna get joy. Joy cometh in the morning. You need to say, joy's coming. You need to say, joy's coming, kill joy's going. And look at somebody next to you that's going through hell and say, we can run off kill joy. Holy Spirit, we give you access to pump our wells this week. And before long, we're all going to be overflowing in abundance and enjoying life. Everybody shout.
Thank you for watching Prophetic Dateline. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to watch more videos and stay up to date prophetically. Please share, like and comment below. God bless you.